Have you ever wondered why no African country has a permanent seat on the United Nations Security Council? The United Nations is the world's largest international organization created to promote security, peace, human rights, and development among nations. Now, the United Nations is made up of 6 principal organs. We have the General Assembly, the Security Council, the Economic and Social Council, the International Court of Justice, the United Nations Secretariat, and the Trusteeship Council. Now, the Security Council is the most powerful arm in the UN when it comes to international peace and security. It can impose sanctions, authorize peacekeeping missions, and make binding decisions for member states. Now, the Security Council has only 15 members, 5 permanent members and 10 non-permanent members who are elected for only a 2-year term. Now, the 5 permanent countries are China, France, Russia, the United Kingdom, and the United States. Now, these countries are commonly known as the P5. They possess veto powers. Now, this means if any of the countries should vote against a substantive resolution, it prevents that resolution from being adopted, even when other countries support it. Now, is Africa represented in the Security Council? Yes, but not permanently. African countries regularly occupy non-permanent seats in the Security Council. However, they do not have veto powers and they cannot remain in the council permanently, and they have limited terms after they are being elected. Now, why doesn't Africa have a permanent seat? Historically, when the United Nations was established in 1945, many African countries had not gained their independence and were still under European colonies. African nations had little or no influence in determining who would hold permanent seats. Now, the permanent seats were essentially allocated to the major Allied powers who came out victorious from the World War II. Now, these countries became the architect of the post-war international order. Now, has Africa asked for a permanent representation? Yes. African leaders have consistently asked for a reform of the Security Council. Now, the African Union Common Position, referred to as the Azul-Wini Consensus, advocates for Africa to have 2 permanent seats, 5 additional non-permanent seats, and the same privileges and veto rights enjoyed by the existing permanent members. Now, here is my question. Should the Security Council be reformed to reflect today's world? If Africa is frequently discussed at the Security Council, shouldn't Africa also permanently sit at the table? How can a continent over 50 countries do not have a permanent voice in one of the world's most powerful security bodies? Please drop your opinions in the comment section. Don't forget to also like, follow, and share.